All right, so I got to be honest. I'm sitting in the audience getting to listen to the middle school jazz band and jazz ensemble too. Like I'm just sitting there just absolutely enjoying myself. It's like I didn't really want to come up and even conduct because it's just so much fun listening. How about another round of applause for great programming and great performance. Now I'm going to start the jazz concert in a way that I never have in my 22 years of teaching. I'm going to start by talking about heavy metal music. Okay? Now you got to hear me out on this a little bit. So, you know, with how much you get to search things on YouTube, and I keep saying to the students that oftentimes I'll get down these rabbit holes on YouTube and watching videos of different things. You'll see all these lists of, you know, the world's greatest this, the world's greatest that, the world's greatest everything. So inevitably, in almost in every case, when you look at the list of the world's greatest drummers, number one is almost always Buddy Rich. And no matter the style of music that anybody played, the drummers, they always say that Buddy Rich was their biggest influence, the guy that they liked the most. So the tune we're going to open with, Beulah Witch, comes from the Buddy Rich library. But I became aware of this tune by a project that the drummer from the progressive rock group Neil Peart put together. So Neil Peart put together this tribute to Buddy Rich, in which he had the Buddy Rich big band, and then a different drummer on every track playing Buddy Rich's recordings. So Neil Peart played Duke Ellington's tune Cottontail, which Buddy Rich has recorded, and guys from all over the industry, the recording industry and the rock industry, came in and did tunes. Well, this tune, Beulah Witch, was recorded by the drummer from Guns N' Roses. And you're going like, how is this jazz? It's not. It's Buddy Rich jazz. And it was written by Don Menza, who ironically his son became a drummer for the rock group Megadeth. Hear me out on this. This is jazz, though, I promise you. So, Don Menza wrote this tune, and it's credited as being the first truly rock funk tune in the big band library. It was written in the 1970s. And what's cool about this is my score and the parts that the kids are playing are in Don Menza's manuscript. So when we first passed out these parts, they're used to seeing computer-generated stuff like, well, this is hard to read. I'm like, you should see the chicken scratch that is my score. But this is really an exciting tune called Beulah Witch. And Mr. A asked me earlier, he's like, who's Beulah Witch? I'm like, no, I gotta be honest, I really don't know. So I looked it up, and it was a puppet on a kid's TV show that was hard of hearing. That's why I think this piece is so strong and so loud, okay? Here is Don Menza's Beulah Witch from the Buddy Rich Library. Here's the part where I talk really slow so these brass players can get the blood flowing in their lips again. There's a lot of notes back there and a lot of pressure on the chop, but they did a really, really good job. And how about Brandon Kaltenbaugh there on the drums? And Rishi Sharma on soprano saxophone. So we're going to go to very traditional jazz now. Okay, so now I get to talk about Count Basie and Sammy Nestico. So names of which jazz aficionados are very, very familiar with these names. Sammy Nestico is a Pittsburgh native and was one of the chief arrangers for Count Basie for many years. And this was a tune he wrote just for the Count Basie Orchestra. There's a really cool storyline behind the name of this tune. As you can see in your program, the tune's called Hay Burner. And Count Basie loved to bet on horses, but he was terrible at it. He always put money on the wrong horse, and he just kept calling them hay burners. He goes, they're good for nothing. All they do is eat hay. They just burn hay. They're a bunch of hay burners. So hearing Sammy Nestico, Count Basie refer to this all the time, wrote this really folksy, almost Green Acre-ish kind of tune for the Basie band, and he just called it Hay Burner. So playing the part of Count Basie is going to be Olivia Otway. And you're going to hear a wonderful melody here stated in the alto and the trumpet by Jeremy Love and Kyle Gregg. And here is Count Basie's Hay Burner, written by Pittsburgh native Sammy Nestico. Well, before we feature Rishan here on a beautiful ballad, I want to take a moment here and recognize all the seniors that are playing their last official concert here for the band program here at Seneca Valley. So that's definitely an emotional time. And as we talked about a little bit earlier, every year this time I get a little bit misty-eyed because, you know, it's hard to say goodbye to these kids that you really enjoy spending time with so much. You enjoy creating this wonderful art form, not just here at Jazz Ensemble, but obviously in our concert ensembles and our marching band, and watching them just grow as people and as musicians. It's really invigorating. It keeps me young, if I can say that, even though I don't feel young most of the time anymore. They really, I guess I'd say they really keep me feeling alive every day here at the school, and it's really a privilege to work with them. So thank you to the parents and friends and grandparents and relatives that have supported them throughout this wonderful journey. So in our saxophone section, we have 3 seniors, and it's a small enough group. If you want to clap after each one, that's fine. So the first one we're going to introduce is Rachel Koval, who will be attending the University of Pittsburgh. Rachel. And you're about to hear a wonderful ballad. You heard her play some soprano saxophone. This is the valedictorian of our senior class, #1 in the class, attending the University of Pennsylvania, Rishan Sharma. And beside Rishan is his good friend and a wonderful tenor saxophonist and saxophonist in general. This is Jacob Guy, who will be attending Northwestern University. You know, all of these seniors are really, really, really good friends with each other, not just in the saxophone section, but all together. And it's really cool. Like, I know a whole bunch of them went to prom together and had a big group, and it's really nice to see and to watch them interact and just know how the band program was at least part of what brought them all together. We have 1 senior in our trombone section, and that's Mr. Brad Hartman, who will be attending the University of Michigan. We have 3 senior trumpet players. So back here to my right, standing right now, that is Alyssa Tollerton, and she will be attending St. Francis University. And standing right in the middle and playing a lot of lead trumpet for us, has done just a great job holding that chair down for the past couple of years. Right in the middle, attending St. Vincent's College, this is Nicole Buchek. You just heard Matt Miller, our other senior trumpet player, play lead trumpet on Hayburner, and Matt will be attending Capital University, majoring in music education. Matt Miller. And you just heard from Olivia Otway playing the Count Basie part on Hayburner, and this is Olivia. She'll be attending Robert Morris University. Dearly missed. I know they've counted the days. I know they're like, we got 6 days of school left. I've been hearing it. I get it, but I hope that all of them, those last 6 days, they really cherish and treasure the time that not only that they spend together, but we get to spend with them. Because I know that I speak for Mr. Babick, Mr. Armstrong, Mrs. Snyder, that we'll be cherishing that time with them, for sure. All right, so we're going to do a beautiful ballad now, written by certainly the most popular jazz guitarist today, Pat Metheny. We're going to feature Rishan on alto saxophone on this, though. It was done for the Balcony Big Band by my friend Ralph Guzzi. He wrote this, so most evenings at Jurgles you'll hear either Dr. Jason Cush or Ray DeFay play this beautiful ballad, but we're going to hear Rishan Sharma play If I Could. Thank you.